All right. So, on our last session, you guys had the final showdown against Zophar, the Immortal, the old Gold Knight. And you guys all came out victorious after a hard and strenuous battle. You guys all worked together hand in hand, overcoming the odds. However, as the battle dies down, you guys all feel a sense of relief for some people, but for others as well, there's some sadness in the air. Aura, you see this man as he walks towards you. And he smiles at you.
Your name is
You've
Alori?
gotten
Is
so
that
big.
right? Oh,
Yeah, that's right.
oh, it's
Yeah.
wonderful
You
to
know,
meet you, and thank you for all your help.
He bends down at you.
your mother would be so proud of you. I'm
I
so proud
I
of you.
actually oh I could we possibly be related? Uh, Are you my
He
father?
looks at Adabra and he nods his head.
Oh, I I never knew. I'm very happy to be, have such a noble father as you, and you know, I wish I could have met you all my life. I never expected to in this moment.
Adabra puts her hand on your shoulder.
I wish I could say more, but your father will be able to tell you everything at some point.
Sure, there's a long story here, but I, you know,
You guys,
I've never been in want thanks to Dapper raising me. But, you know, thank you, Father, for entrusting me to such a wonderful woman. Sorry, go ahead.
he nods his head. And as he nods his head, he looks at Adabra and Vildara.
Seems as though Folis is right. No surprise Valen only trapped so far. Vildara, I'm proud of you. Thank you. And Adabra, once again, thank you for raising Alora in your arms. With, with love and care. I knew Victor made the right choice that night he gave Alora to you.
They both nod their heads.
Alora, if you ever see Folis, give this to him.
He holds out a what looks to be like a red gemstone, it looks like it has magma on the inside of it.
I'll,
And he hands it to
I'll
you.
protect it, Father. But does that mean that you have to go?
You see, you were supposed to summon Saya, but I felt the call in another plane and I went in her stead. So, as Saya usually comes and goes, I'm gonna have to do so as well. Don't worry. One day, me and your mother, and all of us, will be together again someday.
Thank you, Father. I
Just make sure you give that to Folis.
I will. I'll look forward to that day when we all can be together again.
He puts up his hand in like a fist motion and he says,
Make sure you punch my brother in the back for me. He'll know what that means. You'll see him soon.
I'll do that.
he goes back and he looks at you two and he looks at Grizzly.
Thank you all for protecting my daughter. You guys had so much strength that it reminds me of my friends back in the day. Back when I studied in Altera with Folis, Valen, Zolfar.
Even though they had
But
no stock in the
change over time.
fight, they still risked their lives for us. Sorry, go ahead.
And that's why you guys are true companions. You guys reminded me of a bunch of knights I knew once. I wish I could have met them earlier. Anyways, Alora, keep Saya safe.
I will.
She
Thank you
now
for
resides within you, her memories.
introducing us. I feel as though I've never been so protected in my life.
He nods his head and he gives a smile. And he looks at the two barbarians and he whispers,
Your friend is gonna need your comfort.
and he looks over at Grizzly, who's looking at Arya right now. And he nods his head, gesturing you guys to go forth and comfort him.
She doesn't have much time left.
I nod back and thank him.
And as you guys do that, it looks like Vildara walks up to him and says something. And he nods his head. And he slowly disappears. And he's gone. Grizzly, you see Arya on the floor, and you do see Adabra as she is trying to comfort her and stroke her hair. She looks sickly as you slowly start to see the ashes from her skin start to flicker away. She pauses and looks at you, and you see somewhat of a half smile as she looks like she's crying.
There's some way we
Says
can.
to you,
Sorry, go ahead.
Seriously. I see you're wearing the pendant. That makes me happy.
You showed me a better way to live.
And I'm sure you're gonna show a lot more people just as well.
You don't have to go. You can stay, right?
she pauses for a second and looks down. Adabra doesn't even look at you. She just sort of just turns her head. And you see she slowly puts her hand up and touches your cheek with it. And she says to you,
Please. Don't let your life fall to hatred due to the few people who would cause harm to others.
She starts to look around at all your companions.
You have good friends. And that makes me happy. I'm so glad I got a chance to meet someone as strong and kind as you. Grizzly. Don't mark today as something. As a truly sad moment. Everyone was fighting for the purpose of saving this town. And everyone here who's in the band of Cain, they know that you did what you had to do. Grizzly.
You see her smile, and she says, the last thing she says as her body turns into stardust flakes is,
Live.
and you see she slowly turns into that stardust. Almost looks ethereal in nature. Do you guys say anything to Grizzly?
I also put my hand on his other shoulder.
Kind of kneel down and put a hand on the Grizz.
Indeed.
She was a fine woman, Grizz.
Indeed. Person with true character.
Sorry things had to be this way.
At least you got to say goodbye to her in the proper way.
And that she can rest in peace at last.
There is truth in that.
So, as you guys are all contemplating what happened, you do see Vildara as she puts her hand on Alora's shoulder, and she swiftly hugs you, Alora.
Oh, thank you for all your help in this book. I need to give it back to you.
No. No. Thank you, Alora. I didn't know you were related to Aloran.
Didn't either.
If you would have
I
known
just
what your mother did for us. Your mother did so much to help all of us Moon Owls. I owe my life to her. All of them.
see.
My clan does.
I still don't know who my mother is, but I, I've been raised by a Dabra all my life.
Named Vanilla.
He.
She used to serve Neverwinter back in her day. Under your father.
And was she perhaps a drow?
Yes. Your father was tasked to kill me, but Fenella talked him out of it.
She seems to be a noble
I was a
woman.
much different person back then.
Well,
She truly was.
hopefully, you have avenged the person that you were trying to, have take vengeance on? Or will you be around for further?
She looks down and she looks at Grizzly, but then she turns her head.
I'm not sure. You know, they say vengeance is sometimes worth it, but
You see her holding onto a pendant as she's looking at it. And she clutches it and puts it in her back pocket.
Oh, yes. I think Grizz has showed us
thank you for reviving me, by the way.
first. I apologize. The book was more powerful than I anticipated, but I think Grizz has shown us all a better way to live life as well.
You see, there's like a half smile a little bit as you do say that. And when you guys are discussing this, you guys feel an earthquake. Whoops, not her. Wrong one.
Grizz is about to become the final boss. I'm just kidding.
Oh no, the villain's glistening.
Oh shit, we gotta get out of here.
so all of you start to feel the whole entire place is starting to collapse, and everybody is trying to escape at the moment. And you guys realize you guys got to get out now.
We have to leave. I've
Yes.
already killed all the zombies that were out there. Follow me.
All right, we should move
She,
with haste.
you guys follow her. As you guys are moving out, you see rocks. Everything is falling. The ceilings are crumbling. And you guys go up to the second part of where you guys fought Isaac. And so you see that the entrance has literally collapsed with ceilings and rocks that have fallen and blocked your passageway, both and back. You see Vildara as she screams out to you guys.
Come to me, quickly.
And as everybody gets close to her, yeah, you guys can't, I got you. You guys see a bunch of rocks about to collide on top of you. However, you do see Vildara that you saw her do back when she was in the village, as she conjures up another wall of force and protects you guys from the colliding ceiling. And it seems like she's struggling.
May lend some magic?
She tells you she doesn't know how long she can hold this up. And at that time, you guys see someone pop up within the wall of force. As you see Jasir.
Well, looks like I made it on time. Closed up that monstrous portal Ulysses was conjuring up. As soon as I saw this place start to crumble, I knew you guys killed the owner of this place. Anyways, let's get the hell up out of here, right?
Thank you.
As she looks towards all of
To
you,
see you.
and you see her conjure up a teleportation circle that captures everyone out to the outside. Give me a second.
And Shell, as you guys are let outside by Jasir teleporting you, you see this spiraling energy. It looks like almost like from when you guys cracked the window and you saw that nefarious energy spiraling out of Zophar. You see that engulf everything, and it feels like it's almost like a black hole just sucking everything up within that mansion that was as it crumbles down. And you see everything that was once there, all of what Adabra had, all that becomes nothing as it all gets sucked up into this purple, spiraling energy.
You're home, Mother. Or suppose I should still keep calling you Mother. um, we do have a home base of
Call
sorts.
it mother.
If you're willing to come with us, dear.
Don't worry about it, Laura.
And you see, as this thing gets big, it shrinks all the way back down to size, and then it disappears.
Laura,
Thank you for saving us, just
there's
here.
something I wanted to tell you. You have someone who wants to see you in Rose Village, north of here. She's a drow, but she usually takes the form of a human most times. But she's your mother's sister.
Hey,
I always
I'll make
wanted
my
to
way.
move with... I always wanted to move with Telanius, but I didn't want to leave you here on the Sword Coast. By yourself.
Yeah, I understand, Mother. I want you to seek your own happiness, though. I feel as though I haven't been safer than with these fine fellows.
Indeed. I just wish Marka was here.
Yes. There was something that we could have done.
And she looks down. You guys see Jasir as she walks over.
Well, we just have to go back in Phandalin and see if whatever it was that was holding over the power of the boy, or... From what I can tell, though, I don't know. There's nothing in history that stated that from that type of transmutation, it's possible to bring someone back, but I'm not gonna... I know us riches of Rashomon are usually up front, but there may be a way.
Oh, thank you, Jasir. I don't know how to thank you enough for looking into it.
Because I've seen things that people say that are impossible become possible in the world that we live in. I mean, hell, I can shoot a damn fireball from my hand and shoot lightning and stuff, and I don't know, there's a bunch of other things people say just can't happen, but they do.
You see her scratching her head.
Yeah, I'm not really good at this, am I?
No, I think we all feel very optimistic in your hands. Oh,
Also, I think I told you guys before. Thank you guys for defeating Ulysses. Been chasing that bastard all around 5 years. I'm guessing he had some type of arrangement and he was conjuring up some monsters on top of the other hobgoblins and everything else he was bringing back undead.
Yeah, no problem.
But, thank you.
It was our pleasure.
When does that slipperiness last, by the way? You're still wet.
I would say most of it rubbed off. Not all of it, some of it.
Doesn't look like it to me.
Says the boss said 8 hours, so maybe another little bit longer.
Anyways, if you guys ever see Don John, tell him that I fulfilled my mission thanks to you.
Sure thing.
I'll
We'll
be
let him
heading
know.
out back to Roshaman now.
Hopefully we cross paths again.
If we do cross paths, hopefully it's not because we're looking for another red wizard. You guys ever come out to Roshaman? I'll be willing to give you guys a good meal course. Which style?
That does sound tasty. Well, maybe we'll take you up on that offer.
I would hope so. It's been a pleasure. Take care, guys.
Take care.
Good.
thank you.
And you see
Good luck.
that she phases in and out after doing a somatic gesture. And she leaves. Voldara moves up and talks, and she looks at you guys and she says,
I guess it's time for us to go now, right?
Let's see how Fenelon is faring after that undead invasion.
Well, since my father was controlling all of them, I'm pretty sure they all dropped dead. Even though they were dead in the first place, but...
Right.
I'm
And they
pretty
did
sure
have
we
just
need a
Seer as
different time
well.
to save Phandalin. By the way, who was that woman? She was quite powerful as well.
Oh,
Never saw her before.
woman?
She's a
she's talking about
powerful
Jasir.
wizard. The powerful wizard, friend of Don John's, actually.
Oh, I see.
Oh. I have to learn a few abilities from her. Haven't actually learned how to simply teleport. She was quite powerful. Seems like she was holding back, actually. But that was interesting.
Right. Oh,
Anyways, you guys ready to go back to Phandalin?
maybe you can seek out her her hometown. As you know where it is now.
Perhaps.
All right. So, You guys ready to go back to Fandolin?
Yep.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
All right. Unless you guys want to ask any of the NPCs anything, Vildara or Adabra. Anything related to the story or plot, up to you.
Well, I guess Zenon's kind of curious. Like to both of them, he's just kind of like, so what will you two do now? That all this is over.
Vildara looks up at the sky.
I haven't actually thought that far yet. You know, after this, I thought... I actually didn't think I was gonna make it. I thought I was gonna go out in some type of sacrifice against my father, dealing the last blow. But... here I am, alive.
Well, I'm
You
sure
see
it'll come
Adabra.
through.
Adabra looks down and she says,
I'm not sure. I just want to bring Mirko back. I saw what my father did to him over the last month. I can't even control myself.
you see she like starts to clutch her hands. And you do see Vildara attempt to comfort her sister. And she gives her a hug, knowing the atrocities that her father did to her son. And she couldn't fight it back.
We'll
So-
do our best to make sure that
You do see
Marco can come back or is at peace. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. So you do see Adabra. She slowly walks over to Grizzly.
I'm so sorry, Grizzly. I couldn't stop my father. I know those were your companions.
Well, we can't change the past now,
you say
can
anything to
we?
her?
It's in the past. Just move on.
She looks down when you say that, almost as if she wants to say something else, but she holds it back and walks away. And so, you guys, after the fight with Zolfar, as the party is weary and battered, you guys make your way back to Fandolin, seeking rest after your harrowing encounter of this fateful day. As you guys continue into Fandolin, you see a mass amount of zombies laid out, sprawled across the woods and fields. None touching and getting close to Fandolin. You do recognize some of the weapons that were used, some of the markings. You do see like some daggers were used. You see, typical weapons that your friends were using. And as you guys get to Fandolin, You see everybody waiting for you, as everybody has made it out. However, everyone is silent still, as they all look towards the tavern where Marco is, telling you all to go upstairs, as the boy has not woken up yet. Adabra, Vildara, everybody runs upstairs to the second floor. Same with Polonius, who's watching over the boy. Do you guys do the same?
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
I'll remain downstairs.
All right. And so, give me a second. As you ascend to the second floor, you find yourselves in the dimly lit room where Marco's lifeless body lays. Your friends and allies are all around the room, offering support. You guys see Krista, who's been attempting to try to resurrect the boy with all of her powers, but to no avail. She just can't seem to resurrect him. Krista falls to the floor, still crying.
Dill? Why? Why is it not working?
I try as
Adabra
well.
has tears down her eyes. You know that she's doing a very high level spell, by the way, as she's casting a extremely powerful spell this time around with a scroll. And it's still not working. Adabra, tears streaming down her face, gently caresses her son's head, and you hear slight sobbing from her around the room. A heartbreaking reminder of the cruel realities of this world of Toro. Tia puts her hand on Polonius, not knowing what to do, as Polonius gives a soft, sorrowful coo. What do you guys say in support or do?
All just closes his eyes, his head down. Don't know really what to say.
Zeno just kind of closes his eyes and his hands and gives like a small prayer, even though he's not a very religious man.
Who does man praying to?
That's the thing. That's the thing. It's just no one. It's just out there.
All right, so as you're giving this prayer to man, just like, hold on, no, I don't know what the fuck I'm praying to. All right, so as you guys are in the room standing there, you see Vildara as she's holding the book, Aura. You see the book start to shine a green light. She digs into the mouth of the book and takes out the green gem. And it's glowing radiantly.
The chip. It's reacting.
You see that a green energy spirals out towards Zeno, Wall, Alora, and it also goes downstairs to where Grizzly is as well. Vildara says to you all,
I think it's reacting to you four. I think it wants you all to put your hand on it.
Well,
Someone will need to get Grizzly.
See the door downstairs, or the door over here? Grizzly. I think there's something that we could do to help Marco. Could you come in here? All right.
all
I think
four
we
of
need
you
to
see
put our hands on this.
the
Go
giant.
ahead.
You guys all see that the gem is shining, reacting to you all. Zeno, you feel a familiar presence. As you feel somewhat of the spirit of Beardrick emanating from the gem.
oh. Is that Beatrick?
Vildara turns to you all.
I believe you will need to place your hand on it. However, I'm sensing that it will take away something from you. Do you still want to do it?
If it's to bring back that young man back to life, I'll do it.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
See,
I
I'm
will also
ready.
do it.
And then she finally looks at Grizzly.
Well, why not? Why not? I've lost everything else. Take whatever you need.
So, as you guys all put your hand on it, you guys all feel a sense of something draining from you. And it goes towards Marco. Krista, using what's happening as a beacon, casts a resurrection spell once again on the boy. And as something has been taken away from you guys all lose 3 maximum hit points have been taken away from each of you. And as you guys see this, you see the gym starts to wither away. As it crumbles. There's a silent energy in the room where everyone looks at Marco. And the room falls silent and everyone's holding their breath in anticipation. However, you do see that the boy hasn't woken up yet. Adabra sheds a single tear, which falls onto his head. And the silence is broken by a boy slightly shifting up and waking up and seeing everyone looking at him.
Marco.
As he starts to cough.
Huh? Mom? Alora? Zeno, we're Tia?
Thank you, Christopher.
What's going on?
Well, it's a very long story, but you've been on a heck of an adventure. Well, you're...
You see Adabra as she just swiftly hugs him.
I'm so sorry, honey. I'm so sorry. You're here with us now.
He's a little confused and delirious right now. And you see, as his mother is holding him, he starts to recount events.
It was white. Everything was white. And I didn't know where to go, and then I saw Daedric. He smiled at me and told me that you and everyone else was waiting for me. He pointed for me to go to you guys, and I asked him that he should come with us, but he just smiled and said, in his own dwarf words, "I know where I'm going, laddie, as the gods deemed it so. And it's about time you do the same." I nodded at him, and when I took one last look behind, he was smiling at me. And then he disappeared.
You see Adabra as she hugs him. And she looks at all of you guys.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you, Beatrick.
You see Tia is crying as well right now at the sound of that. And she kind of almost like falls to the ground a little bit. You see Marcos, he stands up and looks at her.
It's alright. Mom, this is Tia. She's also been kind of like a big sister to me. Can she join our family?
You see Adabra, who's smiling, and as well as Tia, who hears the sound of that, as she starts to smile and cry. And Adabra smiles and cries as she says, absolutely. Would you guys like to say anything?
Good to have you as a member of the family, Tia.
She nods and there's a bunch of tears on her face. And you guys see Don John.
Man, you're telling me you were the dragon the entire time? What the hell?
I don't know about the entire time. I think
You see
they were somehow
Vildara, she
fused.
walks up to him.
No, he wasn't the dragon the entire time, Donja. He simply recently became the dragon. I'm not sure where that dragon came from, but my father used it. And he combined the soul of that thing with my nephew's. So no, he was not the dragon the entire time.
You see Don John as he puts his head on his head and he starts looking around like that's a relief. What do you guys do?
Wall just says, "Look, this truly is a miracle unlike anything I've ever seen."
Oh boy, Marco. Do we have a lot to catch up on? All the stories we gotta tell you.
Don't forget all the stories about how I supported you guys through the thick and thin all throughout your journeys.
Yeah.
Is it not right, Zeno? In what?
Zeno kind of puts his arm around Ella and is like, of course you were important.
One of the most
You
important.
see her eyes go up like as she's like wondering, she like pushes you off.
Why are you so slippery?
Oh, no reason. It's just part of the final battle, that's all. Don't worry about it, it'll come off in a few hours.
You're nasty. Never mind.
But thank you, Ella. We always appreciate your help. Even though you were charging me a lot, but thank you.
I didn't charge you a lot. I charged you at the discounted price. Anyways, we're all glad to see you up and awake, Marco.
You start to see everybody else comes in a room and chimes in as they all say their words to Marco. And you see Alora, the book that Vildara was carrying, after the gym leaves from it, it too starts to wither away.
Vildara, the book and the gem that you worked so hard to procure, Did you have any use for it anymore?
I did. And
Well-
maybe it's better that it crumbles away. No one should have that amount of power. Nice.
Eh.
Let's just say I memorized some things.
Well, thank you for lending it to me in our time of need.
Well, to be honest, I do have to thank Grizzly. He did give me the gem that I needed in order to do so. 50 years is a long time being imprisoned in a dwarf fortress. Especially by a man who gives you a mirror. But, nevertheless, be careful who you put your interests into, Alora. Men could sometimes deceive you, just as much as women sometimes deceive men.
Well, however, I think these fellows are quite trustworthy.
She looks and nods and does the same as well, and says the same. So, for you guys want to say anything else before we head to the aftermath?
Oh, right, Donjon. Jasir, she helped get us out of there. We would have been toast if it weren't for her. I think she went back to her hometown, or...
Oh, she left already? Damn, I was gonna bother her with some more stuff. You know, her sister is the one. Remember that story I told you about that little squirrel that got all big? Yeah, that was her sister.
Yes. Oh, I
I usually
see.
go and bother them all the time. We used to work together, and they appreciate me. I know they do. They're always uptight, and when I get over there and go to Roshanen, I uplift their spirits.
Well, you'll have to tell us more about stories sometime. Maybe we can go there sometime together,
Absolutely, no
Vildara.
problem about it. That wouldn't be a bad idea.
You see Vildara as she turns her head to the side, and she literally says that she'll go by herself instead. And so you see, anybody else want to say anything?
I kind of look at Wall and tell him hey, just to let you know, you don't have to worry about the centaur I'm going after you anymore. Let's just say they are no longer preoccupied with you, and you're off their list.
Really? And here I thought, I had thought about leaving immediately after this because of that threat.
Nope, you're safe now, and you don't have to worry about Holly anymore either.
Was this something you did, Zeno?
No, it's not something I did, but you're no longer in danger.
It truly is a day of miracles.
Yes, it is.
Now, perhaps I can stay a little while longer in peace with you all.
I'll appreciate it. I'm staying in Phandalin. Maybe
I
not
mean-
living in here, but I'll definitely be around.
There's always people to help here as well. Does the cargoes with those women still haven't resolved that ourselves. I don't know if Neverwinter looked into it.
There's also the Count and Neverember thing, but we'll deal with that later when it comes. Let's not spoil the moment.
Right.
I guess in a sense we truly are guardians of Phandalin.
Oh, like the ring of that. That's a nice name, the Gardens of Phandalin.
All right.
What about Grizz?
I
I'm
saw
sure.
him go downstairs. He seemed a little bit up in arms about something.
Yeah. My map is black, so I'm just gonna reload for a sec. But do y'all want to follow him downstairs? See what's
Well, I
going
mean,
on.
we're all in a good mood. Well, maybe we should talk to Grizzly, but if we're not, we should get a little celebration going. I'm up for some drinks.
Let's
So
make
you
sure
you
Grizz
guys
is
going
alright.
downstairs?
Yep.
Yeah, we'll go downstairs.
All right. So you guys go back downstairs, and you guys do see Grizzly sitting down. Give me a second. Let me move you guys tokens. As everybody is upstairs right now, and you guys are downstairs. Do you guys see the map?
Yes.
Yep.
All right. So you guys walk
Uh-huh.
downstairs, and you see Grizzly sitting by himself. You guys want to say?
How are you doing, Grizzly?
I've been better, Wall. How about you? How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Everything turned out better than I expected. To see Marco back truly is heartwarming.
No, I know those people who are being used by Adabra and Vildara's father were very important to you.
That they were. And that's twice in 2 months that I've seen them die.
Sorry you had to go through that.
But at least you were able to give a proper send-off.
And I think in their own way they were appreciative that they no longer had to live in servitude.
As you
But could
say.
rest in peace.
People to be free.
Where will you go next? Are you going to go seek out the half-orcs?
I think in time I will.
Will
What
you
about-
still make your way back to our home base sometimes?
I don't know. I guess only time will tell. So what's in the future for you?
I think for now, since my mom's home base has been taken out, maybe I'll help her find Telanius or get in contact with him. And after that, I'll likely stay around Phandalin and help protect it from the evils that are still out there. I would like to be around Marco and my mom more, or at least Marco. If he chooses to stay here or go with my mom. Thank you all for getting wrapped up in messy family drama.
It's of no consequence. You only did the right thing for a friend of the people.
Well, at least the main, at least found it and safe for now. I plan to stick around for quite a bit here. Probably live off the mansion. Might even have a little surprise waiting for me.
It's too bad about the Black Guard. I wanted to get to know him more. It's a shame.
Xehanort just kind of scoffs at it. I only wish he was still alive, so now I can test my abilities against him.
It seemed like a tough one.
Would have loved to gotten into an arm wrestling competition with him after this.
Well, I'm always here to arm wrestle you, brother.
Oh, of course.
Sometime we should see who the biggest champion of arm wrestling is later.
I would like nothing more.
Who knows, maybe Grizz and Alora can join us.
I would be okay with that.
It's right. I'll work on my strength so I can match up to you maybe someday.
Yes, but we're alive because of you. So we might have strength, but you definitely have more power.
See
Oh,
that
no.
again.
Only because of Vildara and coming in. She really did seem to have a soft spot for us, even before Grizz turned her on the right path. Wonder.
That's a good thing. I would love to go head to head with her in a friendly duel, but I would not want to be her enemy.
Right. I don't even know what powers she has flying around all the time.
He truly is an interesting character.
Oh,
All right.
I know you mentioned you went to have a little drinking party. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine.
Yeah. I figured it'd probably be a good way to relax and celebrate.
Well,
Yeah, we should all take a little celebratory drink right now, the four of us, before we get the
or
real
at least
fight.
a drink in the memory of friends that we lost.
Friends we lost, the journey that we just had, and our endings, wherever they might be.
Indeed.
All right. So you guys taking that drink?
Yep, big
Yeah.
old cheers.
Yep.
All right. So you guys go in the back, make your own self some drinks from what Toblin had as he's upstairs. And how are you guys doing it? You got to get Grizzly in the mood.
Come on, Grizzly, let's get a cheers in. Not just for the fact we survived that, with all the friends and people we've met throughout our travels. And I'm sure she wouldn't want to see you moping here.
That's right.
If I drink to everyone I've lost, I'd die of alcohol poisoning.
Then let's do one big drink for all of them. I get the big jugs. Yeah.
That's right.
All right. You guys drinking?
Yeah?
Yep.
All right. So, as you guys you see Zeno, he goes in the back. He like Zeno, you see this nice, fine looking like ale. You're not sure what it is, but you pick it up and you just start pouring it for everyone. And it's fizzling. You guys all take a swig?
Yep.
Against my
Yep.
better judgment.
Cheers
All right,
on three.
So you guys all cheers. 1, 2, 3.
Cheers.
Cheers.
You guys all cheers, and you guys all drink. All right, everybody, give me Constitution checks.
Oh, that 16 would have been nice.
All right, let's see.
All right, so you all take a swig. And Grizzly, you see Zeno, Wall, Alora all fall to the floor immediately, and you feel this burning this sensation hit the back of your throat, but you manage to latch onto like the edge of the bar where you're standing and hold yourself up as you see them all just fall down, black out, sleeping now. It seems as though Zeno grabbed a much more powerful Dragon Ale brew than he was supposed to grab. And so, as you guys all enjoy the rest of the day and as you're dreaming about in your peaceful slumber, everyone eventually comes down and puts you guys in your respective beds. And after a while, you guys stay around and everybody's all happy in the village. Everybody is enjoying themselves as Phandalin becomes much more lively. People are coming about and outside now. A few days have passed by, and you start to see fall. Like, it's even more so, the leaves are still falling down and they're changing colors, and you guys are in a brand new Phandalin. Give me a second. Get you guys. All right, so as you guys are in this brand new Phandalin, everybody's coming out. Everybody's having a decent time now. Everybody's conversing with one another before everybody's about to leave. Freya has made an announcement that she is working on Beatrix's gravestone, and she should be done by today. At that time, as you guys are relaxing in the square, Grizzly, you see 4 familiar faces come about as some of the half-orcs enter the village. And you see Larbrick Leon, Gilda, you see Drethna, and one of the other young teenage half-orcs, Shator, as well. And they see you. And they start to walk up to you. Drethna speaks up.
Grizzly, I'm so glad you've made it.
Good to see you
How have
too,
you been?
Drethna.
We didn't hear too much since the dragon attack.
We succeeded. The dragon's been defeated, as well as the person pulling its strings.
Thank you, Grizzly. I'm glad to hear that. How are you holding up?
I'm taking it a day at a time. So what brings you to Phandalin? Surely it's not just me.
Well,
She looks back at Gilda. You see Gilda as she steps up.
We all wanted to give you these.
And she holds out what looks like a lei. And she says,
These will protect you at all times. We wanted to give this as a heartfelt thank you for defending the village and everything else you've done.
I will wear it with
I'm
honor
sorry
then.
my fiance caused so much trouble for you.
Think nothing of it. I'm
She's
sorry
talking
that things ended the way they did with Galistar.
I always try to speak to him, but Galistar had his ways. I know he's resting peacefully now with no more resentment and anger. Thank you once again.
Of course.
She goes and puts, she holds the lei onto Wall. Wall, do you take it?
Yes, I take it.
All right. So she gives it to, Wall and then Zeno and Alora if you guys accept it.
Oh,
Yeah, we accept it.
thank you.
Zeno's very grateful.
I also share my gratitude.
All right. She bows to you guys.
You're more than always welcome to come to the village if you guys ever want to, stop by or ever say hello. We're more than welcome to give you guys a place to stay if needed.
Ooh, that sounds fun. I mean, I might take you up on your offer and visit us sometime. Thank you.
Sounds
This
quite
man's, got
hospitable.
other plans.
I mean, I could do both at the same time,
my.
This man Zeno got other plans. He's like, "Oh, you invited me? Bet. Say no more."
Yes, maybe I can teach some potion making.
Oh, go ahead.
Something. Oh, maybe I can teach some potion making to youngsters or something.
And Gilda would be thrilled to have that as you see her face this woman's bright face just lights up from that, and she smiles at you and tells you that the kids would definitely need something like that.
Yes, we want to help you rejuvenate your village. Go ahead.
Leon puts his hand on Grizzly's shoulder.
Holding up pretty well.
Yeah, I've been better, but as I said, one day at a time.
Remember what we talked about. No matter what happens, we're family from this day. You're not alone.
It means more than you could know, Leon. Thank you.
He nods his head. And as you guys are conversing, you see an interesting case of a individual walking from the other side. He looks to be this husky male wearing a monocle. Only one monocle, and he holds a cane, and he makes his way to the right side of town, and he has a super bright smile on his face as he's looking around and literally happy about what's going on. And when you see this man,
Oh, wonderful day, Rofo. How are you?
you see that he literally just nods his head. Rolfor just sort of just like shakes his head at this man.
Ah, Toblin Stonehill. How are you, my good fellow?
Toblin just he just shakes his head, and he does say that he's doing all right. The man walks over and he looks at you four, and he holds out his arms as he properly looks at you guys. the husky fellow.
My good jolly old fellows, the heroes of this town. I cannot thank you more than enough. As mayor of this town, I would give you a reward. But it seems that I must attend repairs on my house due to the recent zombie attack.
You wouldn't be Harbin
Good nature, how are
Wester,
you all doing?
was you?
That is correct, my good young sprout elf.
It's good to finally meet you in person.
It
Make
is
nothing
good to
of
meet
it.
you too. Ah, thank you, thank you.
He goes to offer his hand out to Wall and shakes it. Do you accept?
Oh yeah. Wall shakes his hand. There's
And
no
he
need
does
for
so.
thanks.
And you see him as he holds his cane out.
Yeah. I was gonna say,
You know,
yeah. Oh, yeah, go on.
No, please, go on, my good friend. You first.
Well, you know, we're only doing the right thing. It's our pleasure to have helped this town and its people. And just so you know, we've met your brother, and he's doing well.
Silent. I don't think they're on best terms.
He's still alive.
Yes, he's still alive and very kind and greatly helped us.
He
We
helped
couldn't have done it without him.
You see that he starts to like grit his teeth at this. But then he grits his teeth and it turns into a smile as he like you see that he closes his eyes extremely hard and a big giant smile comes up on his face.
Well, of course. Yes, my brother did very well to help you all. It's in our blood. Anyways.
He looks over at Grizzly.
My fine friend, I heard about what you have done as well. You're more than welcome to be in the village. As long as you pay taxes.
Is that right?
Absolutely. It's
well-
what normal citizens do if you're being in a town.
I see.
So if you ever want your own home, you'd be more than welcome to ask me. I can give you a nice house for you with a nice mortgage. Just go ahead and I'll put a nice interest rate of 20% onto it.
20%.
Surely they can do better for the hero family.
Zeno, how much does he owe you with 20% interest?
Oh, him? That's Zeno?
In the flesh.
You were wanting to arm wrestle someone, weren't you?
I would get... What?
Oh, yes. Why don't you mention it? We want to have a little competition over here. As Zeno kind of just stares at Harbin Weston.
Oh, I didn't know Harbin Wester was really strong at arm wrestling.
Yes, indeed.
No wonder why you were gripping me so hard earlier.
Yeah, he's
Must be
very
pretty
strong.
Not at all. I wasn't doing anything such as that.
Well, there's no need to be modest.
You do
sir.
see Sildar as he puts his hands on Wall and he asks Wall by saying, if you would allow me.
Oh, sure. Wall moves out of the way for him.
You see Sildar as he looks at him, and he says,
"How about a nice arm wrestling competition?"
You see that he clenches his fist and he cocks it back and he literally punches Harbin in the face.
Harbin flies back, rolling on the floor like a jelly roll. And he
starts to hold his face up, and like you see him, he's like just holding a part of his eye.
What? How dare you? You can't hit the mayor of this town.
You see Sildar as he clenches his fist.
And you can't just be taking advantage of every single adventurer that walks into here. Enough. You've taken advantage of these heroes in town for too long. You are no mayor of mine. It's time for someone else to lead Phandalin.
And as you hear that, you guys hear the sounds of a trumpet. As you guys hear that, you see a bunch of Neverwinter Knights show up on horseback. And you see Daria, the individual who you saw on horseback with his pretty men. And you guys see a knight who walks up, presenting and introducing the Lord of the Protector's Enclave, Daggled Neverember. And you see Daggled Neverember appear in the front. The Lord Protector of the Enclave of Neverwinter. And so, as you see this man, give me a second. All right, there we go. All right, let's put my notes in. You see him approaching, and he walks up to Harbin.
It would seem as though Sildar is right. Harbin Wester, allow me to make this clear. Neverwinter has never held any ties to Phandalin. It's time for the people of this town to start to have a voice. It's time for an election. Isn't that right?
You see Harbin as he's fidgeting nervously, and he says that he would assume so. You see all the crowd and everybody around you guys starts to cheer at the sound of the news of that. Harbin will no longer be the main individual that will be able to rule the town, as they will now be able to have elections in the town of Phandalin. You see Dagold as he turns to Sildar.
Sildar Harwinter, your leadership and dedication have not gone unnoticed. You would make an excellent mayor to start a new chapter for Phandalin.
And you see Sildar as he nods his head from saying that. He then turns towards you guys. And he looks left and right at all the familiar faces except for Alora's and Wall's.
Familiar faces. I've heard of your valiant efforts from Daria and the sacrifices you've made for this town. As such, you all deserve a reward for your bravery, as well as all the many others who helped you as well.
A knight comes with a bag of gold, and he drops it for all of you guys to pick from. All split between everybody. You guys all now have 5,000 gold pieces each. If you would like to pick from it.
How much was it again?
5,000.
Okay.
5,000.
Like 2 potions from Ella.
One, if you get the really special one.
Thank you, Sir Daggle.
He turns to you.
Not a problem. Your efforts in defeating Isaac will not go unnoticed either. It's a shame that his execution was going to be public, a spectacle. It is a bigger shame that it will not come to be. I would love to see him squander and rile with fear before he died.
He looks left and right, and he's looking around.
Whatever happened to that white-haired man, Cypher, the coward, who was in your party? I don't see him anywhere around here. Did he run off?
No, sir, he died in battle.
He died in battle. In what way? I bet you he wasn't honorable in any type of way. A coward. A true fool of the realm.
Not quite true. He was quite brave at the
Anything to
end.
that?
He
That
stood
wasn't
against
anything.
the whole band of men.
Child, fought bravely. Fought bravely. Would not expect that from such an individual. However, regardless, you have done well. You will all be known as heroes within the realm of Neverwinter's enclave, and your deeds will not be forgotten.
He
He
It's
then
an
nods
honor.
to you all.
do our best to keep protecting the realm.
Indeed.
Indeed. It's good to have heroes such as you all, especially when people like this one, who do nothing, sit in their high seats without ever getting involved.
And you can see that there's a distinction that he's trying to make between him and Harbin, as he does get involved. And he puts himself out there when need to be, instead of sitting down, letting others do what needs to be done.
Yes.
He bows to you guys and he goes back on his horse. You guys see Daria as she is smiling at you guys. And you see Guthard as he blows a kiss to you all. However, from behind, you see what appears to be someone walking behind the Neverwinter army. And he looks like this person talks to Daggled for a little bit, and then he starts walking towards you all. And you see this elf with white hair. And he moves past everyone else and walks up to Alora.
Hello.
You know, I would like to think for Eldara, but damn. You did good, kid. You did good.
What might your name be? Thank you.
Oh, me?
Going.
I'm, only the best wizard in the world, full of shine bright.
Oh,
Come on,
I
never heard of
see.
me?
It's a pleasure to finally meet you. And actually,
You see,
sorry.
no, go ahead.
Oh, in the midst of everything, my father, Lauren, we were able to summon him from another plane, and he gave me this to give to you. And I'll show him the magma stone.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold
Somewhat.
on. You did what?
Well, it's a long story, but
You summoned
I think
Alora?
my parents seem to have left behind the Sun Elf guardian Saya for me, and tried to summon her in our time of desperation, and suddenly my father came out instead. Said he had heard, felt the call from another plane.
You see that he looks back and another elf runs up past the army and he runs up to you.
You said you saw Aloran?
That's right. You look very similar to him, actually.
Well, that's because I'm your uncle. Your actual uncle.
Oh.
It's good to see you, Laura.
good to meet you. He told me to give you a pat on the back, and I'll give him a little pat on the back, not a punch.
So you do the same gesture, and he starts laughing, and he looks at Folis.
She did see you. She really did. She wouldn't have known that.
You see Folis as he nods his head. And he says, he starts to smile.
Gotta be honest. I had you as a backup, and I didn't realize how much strength you actually had in you. But I'm assuming it's because you got some help. From what Adabra told me.
Oh, yes.
And you do see, he's looking at Zeno, Grizzly, and Wall as well. And you do see at that same time, you do see the half-elf, this half-elf right here. He introduces himself as Axel Albright. And, so you do know these names. This is Folis, and this is Axel. Axel's your uncle. And he points to himself as well.
Hey, this is almost like a family reunion. You know, your uncle's proud of you as well, Laura.
Well, thank you. I couldn't have done it without everyone. I mean, they were the ones who saved me from the orc camp in the first place. I would have been toast without them.
And as they are all like happy, you do see like Axel, he sticks his hands out after hearing the news of what you said about your father, and apparently what you told him about like how apparently your mother is still out there.
That would appear to be so. One surprise right after the other. Well, looks like we got more work to do. They're still out there, and they need our help.
So you see that he bends down to you, Alora, Folis.
You know, that would take you long, but we're gonna be doing some extra dimensional planar travel, and you're just not ready for that yet.
I'll get stronger here and
You see he
maybe
whispers
someday.
at the fourth person wall as he breaks it and says that she's not higher than level 17 yet.
Level 17.
and, and so he bends down and he says to you,
Here. I'm pretty sure your mother already told you, Adabra. You have an aunt out there in Rose Village. You should pay her a visit. She'll tell you everything about your mother.
Well, thank you.
Oh, one more thing, Laura.
and you see as he keeps trying to like tell you more and more things,
Uh-huh.
you see a woman as she walks up.
Quit overloading the child, Sean Bright.
And you see an older woman with green eyes, and her hair is turned like a grayish, blondish color. It used to be blonde. And she looks to be around in her 70s.
So many new faces today.
Don't let these two idiots just completely just override you with so much information, child.
Oh no, I'm hungry for more.
You see Folis as he starts to, you kind of see that he takes that to heart, what she told him. And he says to her,
You know, I'm like 300 years older than you, Fee. You gotta stop acting like you're the boss around here, Fee.
you see the woman who he called Fee sighs. She turns back to him.
And you still act like a child. You wouldn't be able to handle anything without me.
And he sighs.
Yeah, whatever, you old coot.
Fee walks up to you, Alora, and she nods at you.
Keep that same strength your father had. And you do well.
I'll keep his visage in my mind as I train, and hopefully I'll one day reach that same level. And to meet them, maybe. Help you out on your adventures.
And that will be a glorious day it will, Alora. Besides, we all just came back from hell anyway. Isn't that right, fellas?
They all snort and laugh.
Well, Humor is
Ernest?
always the best sense when you're bringing a town back from hell. Futuro is back in its place now, thanks to us. But don't let everybody else know that. We helped in it, but there were a particular group of heroes who brought it back. Hopefully they'll join us in the future. As will you, Alora.
Yes. I look forward to that day.
And so she bows, and Folis gives Adabra a hug, and she hugs him back as well. And Folis looks at you and he nods his head as they both start to walk towards Daggold. And you see Fee say something to Daggold. And as you see that, she begins to walk, and Daggold follows behind her. And they start to leave. As Daria waves at you guys one last time to say goodbye.
I'll be back.
You see,
We'll see each other again.
You see Axel.
Hey, Alora, before I leave, here, take this sending stone. I meant to give it to Adabra a long time ago, but I never had the chance. It would be nice to catch up with my niece every once in a while.
Oh, this is great, thank you. I often feel as though, everyone is all over the world and it's impossible to get, a word around as quickly, but this will be great, thank you.
Not a problem. Take care, niece.
Thank you, and I'm sure Adabra will have her own adventures now, too. Marco, talk about. I'll keep tabs on them for everyone.
As you say that, you're looking at Marco and them. You do see the kids are playing with Polinius as he's doing circles around, entertaining them.
Things definitely took an interesting
At that same
turn.
time, this night leaves. So all the Neverwinter Nights leave. So who's taking the gold? Who, like, there's 5,000. Grizzly, are you gonna take the gold from Neverwinter? Neverember?
I'm not going to be keeping it, but gold that's not in his pocket, that's fine by me.
Gotcha. All right. So as you take it, you see Sildar with his hands on his hips, nodding and looking at Harbin as he knows that soon elections are going to be held in this village and changes in times are coming. You see Freya, who is holding Beatrix's warhammer as she holds out her arms after talking to Breakfast.
Hey everyone, we're going to be going to Beatrix's grave for a final farewell. You guys want to come?
Yes.
No, Zeno will definitely come, since he's the last member of the original
Alright.
party.
I would like to go too.
All right, so everybody's gonna come.
Yes, seems like an honorable dwarf.
Last scene, so
Why didn't Cypher get a grave?
Who's Cypher?
hey, Freya don't know Cypher. She built it. She built this shit for Beatrix only. She don't know Cypher.
I know, but you know.
Are you
Oh,
being that
God.
coward?
All right, everybody's going to the gravesite.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
All right. So we go to the last part. of the game. You see Freya, she holds out her arms.
Well then, I guess everyone could say their goodbyes. Beatrick, they're here for you.
You see the drow, Valaman, walk up to the grave first as he gives you guys some fake sobbing tears. And he puts his hands on his heart.
You know, we go way back. Way, way back. And he put his life on the line for me. And I have to say, I owe him my very life to this day.
Give me a perception check, guys.
His career is going to be high. I feel like.
God. Grizzly's the only one. Grizzly, you hear him mutter, like, you can see, like, him moving his mouth, which slightly says that, and you can read it very easily, which says,
Better to him than me. I'll say that for sure.
and then he goes back to his speech.
Thank you all, Beatrick, for saving everyone in this village. And I'm done.
And he goes back in place. You see Bing as he walks up.
Thank you, Beatrick. You really inspired me. You're the one who helped me up when I was extremely scared of everything else. I wish we had more time.
And he lays down a flower. You see Ella as she walks up.
You know, I really did wish I actually got to know you. You seem pretty nice enough. Who knows? Maybe you would have made a better customer than Zeno.
And she bows to the grave. And walks back. You see Breakfast as he walks up just as well. Puts his hammer down and does like a little prayer.
To one dwarf to the other. I wish we would have known each other for a little bit longer, my friend. Sleep well.
You see Mingy as she walks up, and you see her mother put her hand on her shoulder. And she drops what appears to be a bouquet down. And she says that she's extremely grateful for the man who saved her life. And she owes everything to him. And she goes back to her mom, who smiles at her. And her mom brings her close with a hug. Ace walks up.
The last time we saw each other, we'd almost got into a confrontation. I really wish it wasn't like that. Sleep well, Frey.
You see Cassandra walk up as well.
I'm sorry for the dwarven excavation situation.
Oh, wait, that's still Ace. So she, yeah, so there we go. So she walks up and she apologizes.
I'm sorry, Beatrix, for the dwarven excavation site incident. You know, at the time, we were just following Leon's orders, but... I just wish things ended differently.
So she goes back. You see Don John as he walks up.
You know, I never met you, but you seem like a really good guy. Here, let me pour a little bit of water for you.
He pours a little bit of water on the grave in honor.
Hopefully some flowers will grow on top of this because of this. I don't got no seeds, but, you know. Sleep well, man. Sleep well.
Vin walks up as well.
You sound like a really good individual. Things would have changed if... I don't know. But... the rest of the village and everyone thanks you for what you did. Have a good one.
You see Libby and Krista walk up.
I'm so sorry, Beatrix. I just hope that wherever you are, you're living peacefully now. Marco really thanks you for what you did. I thank you. We all thank you.
You see Libby.
You know, I really wish we got to know each other a little bit more. But because of you, I'm actually interested in, probably learning how to be a cleric someday. But my scholar and studies come first. But who knows? You can always multitask. Maybe I can revive you someday.
You see Krista as she puts her hand on Libby's shoulder and she shakes her head.
Oh. I thought we could always just revive people if, you know.
Krista nods and says that some people just need their rest. And then she goes back. You see Marco and Adabra walk up. As Adabra puts her hand on the grave and says a prayer.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Beatrix. Without you, I wouldn't have had my little boy. I appreciate everything you did for us.
You see Marco.
I don't even know what to say. But the only thing I can say is
I will always keep you in my heart, Beatrick. Thank you so much. And I wish... No, I don't wish. I promise I'll make a difference just as you did. And I'll become an adventurer one day. Thanks to you.
And you see as he drops a flower near the grave as well, and Polinius licks him on the cheek. And they go back. You see Tia, she walks up very slowly.
Out of everybody here, I wish I had more words. And because of you, I'm alive. And because of you, so many other people are alive. You know, they always say that there's conflict between dwarves and elves. But from what you did on that day, I'm pretty sure none of that even matters to you. Only what's right. But thank you so much, Beatrick. And I wish we could have had a lot more time together. But I'm pretty sure everybody else in the village feels the same way. Thank you. I'll always remember you. Forever.
And she nods and she goes back. What about the four of you?
Zeno will walk up first, I guess. He kind of walks up to the grave with flower in hand, drops it and says, Vadric, even though I didn't know you for very well, you were a very kind man, and I finally got to avenge you. I did it for us. For you, me, and everyone else. And even though you're not here with us, in spirit, I know you're looking up and watching from above, you helped us. And we thank you for that. I thank you for that. I hope you can find peace now. And hopefully, maybe one day I'll be able to see you again. And who knows, we could share a drink up there. Take care, Radric. Rest in peace. Puts down the flowers, I know, and he walks back.
Anyone else?
Whoa, walk up.
I'll walk up with the wall.
Right.
Since we didn't know him. But
yeah,
seemed an honorable man. Seems, thanks to you, Fenelon, it's a much safer place. I hope we carry that on in your name.
Indeed. Truly were a person of great character. I can say that it was an inspiration.
Indeed. Well, we'll make sure your name is sung in songs and legends, Fenelon to come.
The legend of Daedric. I know it'll be a story I tell to as many people as I know.
Alright, we'll put down a flower.
Alright. Grizzly, would you like to go up and talk to the grave as well?
Nah, Grizzly doesn't have any words for this situation.
All right. So, at this time, everybody is starting to say their goodbyes. And everyone starts to leave. As this the last time for now you guys will be seeing each other. And so, one by one, from this moment on, you guys see all of your companions who you fought through for over the past 6 months walk and leave. As they say their last goodbyes to you.
Well, I'll walk with my family, I guess. Wait, are we supposed to be remaining here?
They're still there.
Okay.
Yep. They're still there. They're still there. So right now I'm showing who's walking off one by one first. Krista and Libby. They stay for now. Ace and Cassandra do leave. Drefna looks like she wants to say something, but she doesn't, along with Leon. Teresa continues playing music in the back for everyone. And Krista is still there. And Tia goes up to where her new family is. And as you guys are all standing there, hovering, you see a woman hovering on the side. Right over here. And you see it's Vildara. She begins to fly towards the half-orc, straight in front of Drefna. She stares at Drefna. And Drefna stares at her. And as she does, she looks at Grizzly. And it looks like she reaches from something from her back pocket. And instead of it being something malicious, you see that she holds out what appears to be a pendant. Drefna looks down at it and asks, "What is it?" And Vildara says,
A gift from your grandmother. Moesco gave it to me to give to you.
she hands it to Drefna. And you see her as she starts to hover and fly up. And she starts to fly as she looks at her sister and Marco and Tia and you, Alora, and nod. She also looks at Wall and Zeno and nods as well.
I
And you
nod
see her
back.
look, lastly, at Grizzly. And she looks at all of you and smiles. And as you see, she smiles. She starts to move towards you. Guys hear the sound of a big something, a mechanism flying in the air. And you see a giant airship craft literally make its appearance as it flies straight over, and Vildara lands on it. And you see Axel, Fee, and Folis on top of it.
The airship that you brought me on as a baby, Mother.
She nods her head to you.
It is. It's the same one.
Maybe someday we can join them.
And as she continues to, you see Vildara as she drops back down on the airship, smiling at all of you. And you see Axel run up towards the edge, and he starts waving at you, Alora.
I'll wave at him as well. Jump up and down.
And Fee, you see Folis as he's smiling, as he's at the edge, and you do see Fee as well, nodding towards you all. And you start to see the airship as it fly off into the air. You see Marco running up with Polinius towards the edge, staring at the airship. And when you see him stare at the airship, he talks to Polinius.
Someday, I'll be an adventurer and I'll go with them and fly on that airship.
And I'll
Phaedra
smile.
made me
Sorry.
believe so.
Oh. Like,
And you see Libby as she screams out.
Marco, you have a dragon. You don't need an airship.
You see Marco as he looks back at Polinius.
I guess I do, huh? Polinius, will you fly me up there someday?
You see Polinius as he looks at Marco and starts making baby sounds, excited sounds as he licks him. And you all see Marco hugging Polinius. And the screen fades to black. And the credits roll.
yay!
The Dragon of Icespire Peak.
I'm sorry, I feel like I got the brunt of the lore, like, background for my character. And y'all were just like,
Oh, you're
yeah,
good.
like, watch it.
Oh man. All right, let's watch the credits. Let me go ahead and give you guys the link. Get that. There we go. All right, guys, here you go. And let me know when you guys are on 0-0, and we'll watch it together. Stop the music.
Okay.
Yep, I'm on 0-0.
All right, let me know when you guys are all on 0-0.
I'm on 0-0.
All right, ready? One. All right. One. Give me a second. Let me